Good evening, everyone. This is Travis Merritt from Fitness Revolution in Rowland, Texas. And one of the things that I decided to actually kind of talk to you guys about, and this is probably why you're watching this video, is really the things to look for when hiring a personal trainer. Now, people don't realize that not all trainers are created equal and not all are the same. I'm going to tell you the things that I personally look for when looking for what I consider a good trainer. And to kind of backtrack one second, let me tell you how I get my experience from this. One, I used to work at a big box gym. Now when I was at this big box gym, one of my jobs there was to talk to really any member who had a slight interest in training, and then from a series of questions and kind of just more or less assessments, get a good idea of should they work with a trainer, and if so, what kind of trainer do they need? So I'm going to give you, from my experience from doing that, and then also from being a trainer, the things that I look for in considering a good personal trainer. And some of the things I'm going to tell you are things that we don't always mention in the industry, so really kind of keep your eyes open and keep your ears even more open in this case. And I'll kind of help educate you on here's what you really need to know when looking for a good trainer. The number one thing you need to know is really education. You want to know that the person you're looking to work with has a lot of education. Now, the things you kind of look for are ones, do they have a degree? They have a bachelor's, master's degree? And really the important thing is, do they even have a nationally accredited certification? And a nationally accredited cert is something that you see this person had to put forth a little bit of time to actually get a certification of. Because there's a lot of BS certs out there in this world that you can pay 50 bucks for and then, woo, you're a trainer, great. And in all reality, you didn't learn anything because it wasn't based on science. Now, you want to find a trainer that has a good solid cert. The big three that I look for are ACSM, NASM, NSCS. Really a good way to look at this is most of the nationally accredited organizations actually have a search option to where you can go to the search, go to their website, and type in the trainer's name, and you'll see if they have a cert. Because something you want to kind of do, and this piggybacks off of this, is don't be afraid to ask to see their certification. I can't tell you, and unfortunately this gives a lot of us bad names in the industry, is there are some trainers out there that will say they've got a master's degree, that'll say they've got 15 different certs and yada yada whatnot, but if you were to really ask to see these certs, they don't provide it. And that's kind of shady, and that's something you really want to avoid, and unfortunately there are trainers out there who do that. I'm not saying they're not horrible trainers, but as a person, kind of questionable. Okay, so really look for someone that's got a good cert, and don't be afraid to ask to see it. Another thing you want to look for is really continued education. Is a person that just didn't go get a cert and then that's it, lo and behold, they're done. They never really go read a textbook again. You want to go to find someone who's on a continuous basis going to conferences, going to seminars, picking up new certifications, picking up new books, new education, someone who's continuing to educate themselves on their craft. That is one of the most important things I really like to look for, is when I see a trainer that's always learning something, that means they're staying on the forefront of what's happening. I mean, you really wouldn't go go to a doctor for one that, you know, has been a doctor for, say, 40 years, but they don't read anything else except from what happened 40 years ago. And as you know, medicine and technology have dramatically advanced since that time. So you would want to work with a doctor who's always reading on the new pharmaceutical drugs that are coming out, the new techniques that are out there, the possibly new trends in sickness that's happening. You want someone who's current and up to date. The same thing goes for a trainer, okay? So number one, of course, is education. And if you see me looking down right now, I'm actually looking at my list because I want to make sure that I don't skip anything. The number two thing you want to look for is experience. Now, if any of you know this, knows that in the work world, experience just about trumps everything. In some cases, can even trump a lot of education. I know, and I feel bad saying this, but we all got to start somewhere. And I can't tell you, when I first picked up my first training certification when I was 18 years old, me trying to find a job just at a big box gym was extremely difficult because I didn't have enough experience. And I do know, and if you're a trainer watching this right now, I feel for you, I truly do. My advice to you would be on something different. But for people that are really interested in this, you want to find a trainer that has got some experience. And one of the things I kind of looked for is I wanted to see someone with at least a minimum about 3 years experience, preferably 5+ years. In my opinion, that's when you start seeing as someone that's been around the industry long enough to start seeing trends with people, and they just have things that education doesn't always teach. They have knowledge. They know how to tweak certain exercises for your frame, tweak certain eating protocols for your body type. So you want to look for someone that's got some good experience, some good real world and field experience, what we call in the trenches. They're down there training the clients. The third thing, and this is something that a lot of trainers don't talk about, and it's kind of swept under the rug, is really insurance. If you were to go work at a big box gym, and by the way, I consider a big box gym your Lifetime Fitness, your Bally's, your LA Fitness, things like that. Those are big box corporate owned gyms. Generally when you go work with a trainer at a big box gym, you're covered under the insurance of the big box gym. But if you were to go work with a trainer that's an independent contractor or their own self-business owner, you want to make sure the trainer is insured, because I'll be the first to admit this, stuff happens, okay? You may not tie your shoe, trip and slip, you may fall off a piece of equipment, you may drop a weight on your toe. It's just gonna happen, and you want to make sure and know that if anything were to happen, you're covered and the trainer is covered as well. It's just like car insurance. We don't anticipate on having an accident, but sometimes it does. So make sure that the trainer you're looking for is insured, okay? Another thing we want to kind of take a look at is the fourth thing that I consider to look for when getting a trainer is what I call a niche or a specialty. You want to make sure that if, say, your goal is weight loss, okay, which is most commonly what you see a lot of people do, and you want to lose, say, 40 pounds. You want to work with a trainer whose niche is fat loss, whose niche is weight loss, okay? Let's say your goal is you want to be a better baseball pitcher, okay? Then you want to work with a trainer who really specializes in baseball players. Now, you kind of don't want to get those two confused, because you can see if you're an athlete and want to become a better athlete, you don't want to work with a weight loss specialist, and versus the weight loss specialist doesn't want to work probably with the trainer that focuses on baseball players. I'm not saying either or couldn't help you out, but you're going to honestly get better results. The athlete's going to get better results with their athletic trainer, and the weight person that wants to lose weight is going to get better results with a trainer that specializes in that niche. So kind of know what their specialty is, and just ask them, say, what is it you like to focus on? And they'll tell you. And they'll tell you if it's being an athlete, or tell you it's really being, I love focusing on weight loss. Just ask them and they'll honestly tell you, and we can kind of go from there. And this kind of leads into the next thing is, okay, let's say you got their niche now. Do they deliver results? Do they deliver what they say they're going to deliver? And this is one thing that's why you're here. You want to know you're paying for results. So you want to make sure the trainer delivers what you're paying for. If you're a weight loss person, you want to see that this trainer has a long history of successful weight loss with a number of clients. You want to look and see, do they have a website, and on that website, do they have a lot of testimonials? Do they have a binder full of pictures that show all their clients? Can you talk to their current clients and see what they've accomplished? Can you talk to previous clients? You want to see that this person's got a long history of successful clientele. And that gives you a good idea of, okay, this trainer's truly in it, they understand it, they get it, and I'm going to see results with this one. So really look at, does a trainer have a long history of good testimonials, and they have a long history of happy clients with good results. Okay? The sixth thing you want to look for is really a convenience factor. And I know this is kind of an unspoken thing, but you want to make sure that this is convenient for you. And convenience can kind of fall under several things. Convenience being, is the location they work at, is that convenient for you coming to from work or to your house or from your house? Or is it 25, 30 miles away? And I'm sure in some cases that trainer may be worth it, but you have to almost weigh the scale then. Is that going to cause more stress than you need? So you make sure that it's convenient. You make sure that the time the trainer has is convenient for your lifestyle and schedule. So if the personal trainer you're looking for only trains early in the morning and that's when you happen to go to work, you know right there that's not going to work for either one of you. So make sure that their time frame, if they have openings, work well with your schedule. And another thing that kind of falls under the convenience is really their rate. You make sure their rate that they charge is within a comfort zone for you. I know in some cases I have had clients go more than out of their way to really spend money on training. They had their reasons for doing that, but you want to make sure that if you work with a trainer that the rate is something that's manageable, it's reasonable, it's nothing that you're gonna, you're not gonna lose sleep at night because of their rate is too much. I know some trainers can kind of argue against me on that one, saying that they're worth every penny, and I'm the first to admit, yes, I'm worth every penny myself, at least I personally feel that I am, but I do tell people this as well, that I don't want you to stress about this. That's the last thing that needs to happen. We're coming here to release stress, not induce more of it. So you want to make sure that all the things I've kind of talked about are convenient for you. And then really the last and most important thing when looking to hire a personal trainer, and this is number one in my book every time, is personality. You want to make sure that you and the potential personal trainer click. You mesh well. You get each other. You know from experience that from just meeting someone within the first couple of minutes, you can tell whether you like this person or you don't. They're not saying they're a bad person. It's just saying you guys don't see eye to eye. You're not clicking. And, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Because you really need to mesh well with the trainer. You want to wake up in the morning and say, yes, I get to go work out. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to wake up in the morning going, God damn it, I got to go work with this jerk again. So you want to make sure that, like I always say, that the personality is there. And if your personality is there, they click, you're going to find out that the trainer can know what you're thinking without you saying it. That kind of feels under experience as well. You're going to find out they kind of know what to expect of you without you already knowing what to expect. And you're going to see, honestly, the workout is going to be much more enjoyable and the results are going to come a lot faster. So really look, and you'll know right off the bat if this trainer and you click, okay? So to kind of do a quick summary, because I know I took up a lot of your time right now, the 7 things you want to look for when hiring a personal trainer are going to be education, experience, insurance, a niche, results, convenience, and then also personality. And guys, if you have questions or want to talk a little bit more about this, please feel free to contact me. You should have my contact information if you kind of subscribe to this and now have my have this video. I'm so sorry, I'm talking too fast. And you should be on my email list. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm here to help in any way I can. And sometimes I tell people this, that there's a lot of personal trainers out there, and there are a lot of good ones. And just because I will tell some of my clients this, even the clients that really live too far away to train with me, is my job is to at least show you where's the things you need to look for. And I'll be more than happy to sit down and help anyone out that you need. Again, guys, my name is Travis Merritt from Fitness Revolution in Rowlett, Texas. And thank you for your time, and I really hope that you have a great day. And who knows, after watching this video, maybe you and I may end up working together. But you take care, and I hope to talk to you soon.